Welcome back, guys. Another day here, fooling around. I got the old f600 frame here has been sitting on the lawn. It's been set out there. Look at the old grass. I kind of like keep my lawn mowed up half decent, and it's been in the way. So I drug it out to the shop here, started cutting some brackets off it. I already cut the center cab mounts off it. I borrowed Dougie's little plasma cutter here because mine burn up. It's a hero cut. It does them hero things. You know, the little hero things. It takes the same tips and stuff as my plasma cutter. It's not quite heavy enough for cutting this frame. But it cuts the cab mounts and stuff off really nice. But all I'm looking at here is I wanted the step brackets off of it. And I wanted the front cab mounts off it. And I also want the front head of the frame here. Whoop. The front head of the frame that the bumper goes on. And you can see I've already got it cut a little ways up around there. And I got this mount cut off. I haven't got the rear cross member cut off yet. Actually, I should do that. Right after I cut this front off, I'm going to cut that off. There's a little muffler bracket. So my plan is to get these cut off. I've got someone interested in the old 331 truck motor. It does run good, but I don't want to keep leaving it set around outside, but he should take it home and do something with it if he wants her. So I'm trying out this camera again. Got the microphone on. I lost my little puff ball. It's underneath the 57 somewhere. I'm sure I'll find it. So I'm just going to set you up here and see if... I put jack stands under the front springs. That way when it falls, the back half can fall to the ground. The dry shaft is already unhooked. I was going to videotape some of this, and I just got in a going on mood here and just kept going on. Right? You see my outside workbench where I've been building shiv things. Because that's what you do with shivs. Sorry, guys. The newer shivs ain't much of an account. Oh man, am I going to set you up here? I had to cut this front cross member, finish cutting that off. And if the plasma cutter doesn't do it, I have to go good and slow with it. If it doesn't do it, I'm just going to finish it with a zip blade. So, I've already gone through quite a few different tips. A new tip gets you quite a ways without too many issues. So I'm going to go till this tip is done. And we'll slice the front off. And then I do need a piece of that rear cross member, so we'll go at this here first. I got these trusty old safety sunglasses. I'm only going to cut to here with the plasma and then grind to the top. There's 2 layers there, and I know she doesn't have the juice for that. So let's give her the G to the O, guys. I just got to keep moving it nice and slow, and she will cut just through this frame. My plasma cutter burned up on me when I was building the beams for the shop, and it was just a cheap, small plasma cutter. I do need a good plasma cutter. I don't want to burn Dougie's up on him either, because he's good enough to let me borrow it. I don't want to burn it up on him. That's why I'll just keep swapping. I had tips for mine, so I'll keep swapping my tips onto it. That way it doesn't burn his all the way up. Me and Doug work pretty good that way. He's got borrowing some of my tools, and I borrow some of his, and we work back and forth together that way quite a bit. Working out here in the grass today, I already had a tick on me. Them darn tricky little things. I'll be itching and picking and pulling and looking all day now after having one on me. There. There's a second layer right there. We won't get that. I'll swap over to the other side. So, and the reason why I cut it on an angle is because where that bracket bolts through, it has things on the back, and I kind of want to, I'll straighten that all up when I go put it on the other frame, whatever I decide to use. Even an ant's nest out here. Yeah, damn ticks. The warmer weather and in the grass. My grass hasn't been mowed real short lately, so. There, if I get the side up here, it's just zip blade the top. I can get it up here before the tip goes. I've used some nice plasma cutters before where you could take inch plate and just slice through them. But us backyardigans here, we can't get them big ones yet. I would like to have a bigger one because I'm all the time cutting stuff I shouldn't be cutting with all the wrong tools. I always get the job done, but quite hard on the tools sometimes. There, we're up and around there. Should be able to get the rest of that one with a zip blade. And which we will now, before we cut that back off. I'll grab the zip blade. I don't know if the mic cuts down the sound on the zip blades or not. Not sure. Oh, that's what's going on there. That's what's going on there. Yeah. Alright, we got to grab another extension cord. Another cord. Another cord, another cord. I should have just grabbed the grinder without the cord, I guess, but I was cutting a bunch of stuff with this grinder and figured I'd go at her with this one first, I guess. Same thing. My extension cords are getting wore out. They've seen too much stuff go on. Now we'll see. We'll give her a crack here. See if she's. Oh yeah. Now that one there's still got some attachments. Okay, we just got another 1/8 there. The other side's unhooked. See if this here cord will stay together long enough. If not, I'll have to grab the other grinder. There is just a little small. Oh, there. think that's it. There. That gives me the front horn tow hooks. It gives me the front rad support mount and where the bumper bolts on. So that gives me that piece to add to the collection for that thing. Now, should look at getting that other rear cross member off, I guess. The cab mount cross member. There's a bunch of crapola on it. I'll scrape a little bit of that first. I had a scraper out here just to help out, take some of the stuff off, because it is pretty heavy. But all we want is, get the grinder over here and cut that off. I just want to try to cut it off out close enough to the ends. I got something to work with, because this is all in really, really good shape. And I'll probably use, yeah, actually, this frame is narrower than that frame anyways. So I might as well just cut it off here, up here somewheres, and make do with that. Then I'll rebuild the rest of it and make it look decent. Yeah, I probably don't need the whole thing. Take what I can though. The grinder's still going, or did I break the disc? When I threw it down, I probably broke the disc, and I did. Right guys, away she goes. Yeah, working out in the grass. Yeah, you never know where the ticks are going to be. As it warms up, more ticks come around. Pesky little buggers. Staying around home today. It's nice to actually do some stuff here and not have to travel around anywhere. I'd do it more if I could. Someday. It's coming, guys. I'd like to stay home at least 2 days a week and do this stuff. Running the roads. Poor Dougie, he's running the roads today working. We ain't got far to go tomorrow, so that's a good thing. Man, these cords are getting bad. Overused. We'll see if the plasma will stay going long enough to cut them off, guys. Retach her here and give her some more go-go. Another hefty ground here somewhere where she might want to bite, might not too. See if she'll stay together long enough to do it. It's only a 110 edition, this one. Yeah. Most of these things can run 60 pounds of air pressure. This one here wouldn't quite take it. It's a little, not quite take it. Should do it there. Still a bunch. Let's throw that scraper. If I can get the tops of these here ones cleaned up a little bit, and yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'm going to fool with the 57 again here some more after a bit. This is just some outside work this afternoon. I struggled all morning. Not all morning, but most of the morning. So we'll, something different for a change. I get to play with my old tractor. Fired the old Dave Brown up. Cut this up. Cutting and strutting. Right, Kenny Rand? Right, Kenny? Cutting and strutting. So Kenny has a log loader up there. That's f600, and same motor as this in it, but his motor's gone. And he does move some logs around to feed his shop with wood and stuff, and he's thinking this here might be a tool for him to, he can just drop this motor and tranny right in his, and happy days, ready to rock. He's got a forklift I want. So he may be doing some wheeling and dealing. Away she goes. If I get a forklift around here, I'm going to have to put dual wheels on it or something to keep her here on the usable on the property, because the regular set of wheels on it, I used Chad's here for a while, and I was okay in the shop, and a couple feet from the garage was okay, but as soon as I get out, my yard's too bumpy and too rough to be running anything any good across it out there. So yeah, if I get a forklift, we're gonna have to dual wheel it or something, because that's the only way I'll be able to use it around here. I got a loader for my David Brown. When I get my spare time, I get the loader on that. You know, in my spare time. If the old 57 pans out all right, I'm hoping it's got, I don't know what's in it for gears, I've never looked what's in the rear end for gears. I'm hoping it's got 273s in it. I know that's not a very desirable gear, but for actually cruising, going down the highway, I'm not going out to burn this thing. I just want to be able to cruise around and go places. So I'm hoping it's got 273s in it so I can going to Cape Breton. I might take that to Cape Breton this year instead of the truck. Okay, come on. She don't like that spot. Alright. One more spot to go across, and then hopefully we can cut the top of the frame out. I had her on fire here once today. I pulled the fuel line across the front of the frame up front, and of course gas came out of it and whatnot, and then I started plasming. That stuff don't bother me none. I'm pretty used to stuff catching on fire. Dealt with a lot of burning things over the years. Haha, wind got you guys. It is a little windy out here. I'm hoping with the mic that everything still stays okay. With the mic you can hear me, hopefully. We're almost there though on this one. Another 6 inches here. Sometimes another 6 inches is all you need. Ouch, that one was hammer. Just start to get a hole in my glove. Time for a new set. Now, if I got it, we'll see. Oh-ho! That's what we're talking about. That's what we want. All right. Now, move a couple of these things. Oh, there's one more spot over there I gotta cut. Say one more spot. The old muffler bracket. That might hold her up. Cut it around here. Oh, she might not make it till we cut her apart. I've already got a half split there on one side, or more. All right, move some of these things out of the way. We'll see if with the plasma cutter and cut it, or if I should use the grinder. I'll go to the. All right, set her back here and see. It's gonna fall apart. We know it is. We know it is. The wind is kind of moving stuff. I just don't know if the plasma is going to hold up the whole time. I'm going to try the other side first. The front's going to land on the stand, so we'll just try it here. See if this tip will make her any farther. This frame's pretty thick back here. Dougie's plasma here getting a good workout today. I was figuring I'd have to cut this with the grinder anyways, but come on, that's the tip is getting. We're almost there on the side. Come on. Yeah, she wasn't happy there that last little bit. It's almost there. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully Kenny can get some use out of it and get him so we can get his old boom truck going, log truck going again. As we get older, them are the things we need to make our lives easier. And Yeah, okay. We got last little bit we're going to do with the grinder. Last little bit we'll do with the grinder. We're right there though. We're right there. Come on, cord. Oh, I know what's going on. We blew a fuse. Just a second, guys. Just a second here. So yeah, I popped a fuse that time. That's all right. We'll go back to the trusty grinder here. Save me a few minutes from trying to find a fuse. Okay, we're almost there. Down all the way, should. Mic still on? Yep, green light still on the mic here. Oh, what else we got holding up? The brake line. Brake line was holding her up. Yeah. Anything else on this? Yeah, there's another section. I'm hoping that Kenny just takes the whole front half. Yeah, takes the whole front half. And we'll hook onto the back half and get rid of that. The back half is actually going to go back where I have the other f600, because I've got another one, and he'd like to have the back half as part of a trailer system he's got going on. So yeah, I gotta hook onto that with the tractor now, and maybe I gotta drag it back one way, I gotta drag it back that way, and then I'm gonna hook onto it and drag it out back. So we got a few minutes here. Hook onto it, pull her apart a little farther here. Dry shaft's going to do its thing. And starting to warm up out here now. Starting to warm up. We get the air all unhooked. I popped a fuse there. We'll see, I don't know how far my mic will go on this, but we'll give her a try. Should go far enough that I can haul this backwards a little bit. I got it wrapped around everything like always. Away she goes. I got no drawbar under here. I want to hook it so I can do both at the same time, I guess. I've used the old Dave Brown more this year than I did last year already. She sat around quite a bit last year, but it needs to be used. She sits around too much. So we'll just see if we pull her back some. I had this thing going earlier, but she likes the glow. She does, a little heat. Little heat. Lost you again, guys. Camera blew over again. Hope you don't mind looking at a little bit of dirt, but we'll see how she fared out. Just missed the hammer too. Oh, a little bit of dirt, guys. Anyways, I'm going to turn the tractor around, hook onto the front side of that, and drag that old thing out back now. So now I get a hold of Mr. Rand and see if he's still interested in this, Kenny. I'll cut the muffler off it. And then it's going to be an easy thing to move now too. But I do have to have the wheels back off it. That's it. Just need the wheels back. The rest can go. So, right on, guys. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching along on this here little escapade for this afternoon for a little bit. The old, yeah. We're not getting right back on the f600 right quick in a hurry because I got to get that car going. And we 600, but this is going to be first. And we did get the steering wheel changed in this last night. Steering wheel, and we Barrett put the license plate piece on it for when the fuel filler. So that is coming up. We have to cut this floor out. Look at the little fuel cell they had in it. We're going to cut this floor out and put the Mustang fuel tank I bought in the trunk of this. Fill that in, make a little frame for the tank, mount that, drop it down in, and I'll have to come out here where the fuel tank filler is, and I'll have to do some modifications in around here. But we'll see how low we can make that set. But that's coming up in the to-do. It's coming right along. So we got just unhooked it, and like I said in the other video, I left the intake on it so I didn't beat the other one all to pieces. And the valve covers for it are on the floor, not cleaned up yet. The intake is cleaned. I glass beaded it, cleared it, painted some of the other bracketry. And there's a brand new alternator I picked up for it, throwing the factory alternator and regulator away, putting a Delco Remming alternator on it, one wire, and then I got to tidy up these wires. Somebody get in here with the Morettes and stuff when they're trying to hook the lights up, so I got to go over the lights. After that, we'll be ready for a trial run, guys. I can't wait. I'm excited to drive this thing. These things, not so much. Not a big fan of these things. Not a big fan, but that's what makes the world go round, guys. So, thanks for coming out. We'll catch you all on the next one. Thanks for all the likes. Oh, I'm looking at the screen here and my microphone thing's all busted from letting the plastic come off it. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for all the likes and subscribes. Let's catch you all on the next one. Get off the couch and get into your projects. Have a good night, y'all.